This is Charlie Kao with Travel Mall Media Group in Barcelona at the Airline Travel Payment Summit with Sean Matei, who's with Cybersource, a visa company. He's the Director of Strategic Technology Partners for the Europe, Middle East, and Africa region. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning.
Let's start with a brief overview of Cybersource for those who are not familiar.
Yes, as you said, Cybersource is part of Visa Inc. We're a global payments and fraud management company, and we offer Decision Manager, which is our fraud engine, and also manage risk services to the airline and travel sector to help them distinguish good orders from fraudulent orders. It's currently used across the globe on all continents by 40 airlines. We also have several OTAs using the product, and 12 of the 25 largest airlines globally use it.
How old is Cybersource now?
So we've been going for 20 years.
Oh, wow. What are the main fraud management challenges you find in the travel industry?
Well, travel is very complex by its very nature. I think the travel industry itself, you see different people making different types of bookings. So you'll have individuals making bookings, you'll have groups, people booking on behalf of other people, you've got business travel, and you've also got leisure travel. When you combine that with the multiple channels that people can then book on, plus all the different technology layers that attach to those payment mechanisms, and the different types of fraud that you can actually see across travel as well, so loyalty, you also see people using fraudulent cards to purchase tickets, as well as ancillary fraud. So we've even started to see a lot more people using fraudulent cards to make purchases actually on board flights as well.
How can the travel industry optimize its approach to fraud management?
Yeah, I think most merchants will have different priorities depending on the type of fraud that they're seeing at any particular time. But the four main areas that I would focus on is ensuring that your good customers have a good experience through the checkout, so streamlining that process so you accept as many good orders as possible. Making sure that you have single visibility of your customer regardless of what channel they may enter, especially from a fraud perspective, because fraudsters do change their entry point quite regularly. I think it's really important that you do focus on your cost, so reducing manual review can have a massive impact on the cost and help you to automatically accept more bookings. And I would also say that nowadays you should definitely be looking to incorporate loyalty fraud. It seems to be a bigger problem within the travel sector recently.
That's what I've been hearing. What exactly is that, loyalty fraud?
What is loyalty fraud?
Mm-hmm.
So across the world there's approximately 70 million frequent flyer programs, and there's sort of 300 million members odd using those programs. And loyalty fraud is where people will either use fraudulent cards or stolen cards to create forced loyalty accounts and redeem points that way. And the other type of loyalty fraud is where people will actually take over somebody else's account and use their points. And that creates a big cost for airlines, especially, where they'll often reimburse those customers so as to reduce the risk of losing their loyalty. But obviously that has a knock-on cost effect.
Wow. Now, I've heard Cybersource talk about something called clean fraud. What is this, and how does it impact the travel industry?
So, clean fraud refers to fraudsters becoming more sophisticated and making it harder for travel merchants to be able to identify genuine customers and genuine orders from fraudulent behaviour. And the challenge that it's creating is that merchants or travel agents and airlines feel that they have to put in place more stringent fraud prevention tools and rules in order to capture those more sophisticated fraudsters. But often that comes at the expense of a good customer experience. And so it's creating a real challenge for merchants where, especially nowadays, customer experience is key to capturing more bookings.
Yeah.
If you're putting in place more stringent rules, it's going to have a negative impact.
And how can Cybersource's solutions help catch or address clean fraud?
Yeah, so Cybersource has a product called Decision Manager, which is our real-time fraud screening product. It incorporates 68 billion transactions that we see across the Cybersource and the Visa networks on an annual basis. We then apply that information along with 260 other validation points, as well as business rules, to help in real time provide merchants with the ability to identify fraudulent behaviour from genuine customer orders. We then combine that with industry-specific data points. And so for the airline industry, we incorporate airline-specific data fields, so things like time to flight, passport number, frequent flyer number, as we were speaking about, and many other data points as well. And that really helps to improve the efficacy of the product for the travel industry especially. We also offer managed risk services, so we have teams of analysts that actually work on behalf of our customer base, and they are experts. So they will either help as an advisor to make sure that the Decision Manager tool is being run in the most efficient way, and we even offer an outsourced fraud screening service as well, where we will actually take on the fraud screening function for one of our merchants.
Earlier you mentioned single point focus, that they should, am I using that expression correctly?
So single point focus?
On the booking side, that they should have single
customer view.
Single customer view.
Yeah.
I don't think I quite caught how you have that. How do you set that up?
So if you treat your different channels separately and you don't have a consistent fraud management strategy across each of those channels, where you can see if a fraudster has entered on your mobile site and then they try your call centre or your contact centre, or then they try your website, if you don't have a way of visibly seeing that entry point, then you're not optimising your fraud management strategy, and they will just find the weak points.
And your solutions provide them that single view.
Cybersource can be applied across any channel, or the Decision Manager tool can be applied across any channel that you want to actually pass the data into, and will provide you that real-time decisioning capability.
Sharon, Matej, Cybersource, Visa Company, thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you very much.